Greetings to everyone. My name is Jay Chinaranga. Currently, I am pursuing my graduation in BTech first year of the second semester of the ECE branch. Today, in the part of the CAA2 video representation, the topic which I was elected to give on this video representation is Y parameters in the terms of T parameters. So, first of all, we have to know that what are Y parameters and what are transmission parameters. Y parameters are also known as the admittance parameters, and T parameters are also called as the transmission parameters. So, first of all, like to have an introduction about the two parameters, that is definition of two-port network parameters, importance of Y parameters, importance of T parameters, and applications in circuit analysis and network synthesis. Here, Y parameters is nothing but admittance parameters, and T parameters is nothing but transmission parameters. Y parameters overview. Y parameters are also known as the admittance parameters. These express the relationship between the currents and the voltages at the ports. It can be defined as I1 is equal to I11 V1 plus Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, and I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Here it can be represented in the form of matrix such that is I1 I2 is equal to Y11 Y12 Y21 Y22 in the terms of V1 V2. Here the independent terms are I1 and I2. The independent terms are I1 and I2, and the independent terms are V1 and V2, such that here the interpretation of the individual Y parameters occurs. And let us go to the T parameters overview. T parameters overview, that is nothing but transmission parameters. These can relate input voltage and current to the output voltage and current. It can be defined as V1 is equal to T11 V1 T11 V2 minus T12 minus T12 I2, and I1 is equal to T21 V2 minus T22 I2. It can be also written as V1 is equal to A into V2 minus B into I2, and I1 is equal to C into V2 minus D into I2. It is a very important aspect in the cascading networks. And let us go to the relationship between the Y parameters and the T parameters. To convert from T to Y, Y11 is equal to T21 by T11, Y12 is equal to T22 by T11, Y21 is equal to minus 1 by T11, Y22 is equal to minus T12 by T11. It can be explained by derivating the each term, which is not so complex, and it can be also written as Y11 is equal to C by A, and Y12 is equal to D by A, Y21 is equal to minus 1 by A, Y22 is equal to minus B by A. Now, derivation of Y parameters from the T parameters. It can be obtained by step-by-step derivation from standard definitions such and matrix transformation approach, concept of inverse matrices in parameter conversion. To understand step-by-step derivation from standard definitions, first of all, we would like to have some brief introduction about matrix transformation approach. So to understand it, let us make a problem. Given that t is equal to 2 comma 3 and 4 comma 5, and we have to find the y parameters in them, such as y11 is equal to 4 by 2, that is equal to 2, y12 is equal to 5 by 2, that is 2.5, y21 is equal to minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0 minus 0.5, and y22 is equal to minus 3 by 2, that is equal to minus 1.5, which can be also written as a is equal to 2, b is equal to 2.5, c is equal to minus 0.5, and d is equal to minus 1.5 respectively. and applications of Y and T parameters. Y parameters are useful in parallel networks and T parameters are useful in cascading networks. And it can be also applied in RF circuits, filters and amplifiers and transmission lines. It is a very important aspect such that it is very useful in a real life applications, and thank you for giving this opportunity.